Hello, hello. I think it's working. Maybe. Yep, there we go. Hey, what's up, everyone? Going with StreamYard today was an application that my business partner, Patrick Maricami, had utilized yesterday during our live. So I took advantage of it just because this allows me to stream to multiple platforms and not have to worry about doing multiple things at multiple times. But it's one of those unique things. There we go. We'll go with unique also. But what are you doing to shake things up? And the reason that this came up, it was an individual that I followed, Trent, Shelton. And this was actually, I think I shared it on my Facebook page, I believe. I'm not for sure. But what was shared today, let me pull it up here. And it's a very powerful quote that he had sent out, a text and whatnot. And what he had said was familiarity has the power to desensitize, meaning the more familiar something is, the more normal it becomes. This is why it's hard for people close to you to believe in you. They're just too close to you to see your greatness. Don't trip. Just because they can't see it doesn't mean you don't have it. Straight up, #rehab time. And the #rehab time is what he utilizes in regards with his platform, what he accomplishes for individuals in regards to helping them recreate themselves, going through the rehab time to tear down the beliefs, the stories and whatnot. And there's a book that he wrote was, I believe it's The Greatest Use, a book that I have that almost read. I've got 6-7 different books going on and whatnot, but it's just one of those things that what are you doing to shake up, to get out of the piece that it's the status quo? It's something that you're used to. You've got people that are used to seeing in regards to what's taking place and whatnot. And what are you doing to shake that up? Because that's where you've got to audit the individuals that you surround yourself with, is because you may have individuals that don't dream big enough. Maybe they have a trouble, or they have the issue that they've given up on themselves. They've let go of their dreams, and they've decided that you going after your dreams isn't well worth it. And so they try to protect you, which is one of those crazy, unique things when you think about it, that individuals will try to test you. Individuals will try to tear you down, rip you away from your dreams and whatnot. And I think this is another thing too, that I was talking to a good friend of mine in my coaching cohort, Jennifer Young, and it really stuck out. And I was like, man, that's unique. In regard, she said, you've got to go through the shit. You've got to go through your shit that's happened to heal. And when I think about what she'd stated there, I look, because think about when you're gardening, think about when you're creating a garden or growing grass, you put fertilizer down within that area to help with the growth process. And within fertilizer, it's shit, whatever it is, they combine it with whatever. So they're already using the nutrients and the crap that has taken place to help with the growth piece of whatever it is. And so it's the same thing. You've got to use the pieces that caused you the pain, that you're like, I don't want to deal with that again. There's a lesson in there that took place that you've got to go back and take a look and see what you need to do to grow from it. And so the one thing that we run into is individuals are looking for validation from others. Like, they know what they want to do, but they don't trust themselves. So they're looking at other people to validate their ideas, their goals, whatever it may be, and end up not going after their dreams because somebody will tell them something that they don't want to hear. And so this was a quote that it said, stop looking for permission to pursue your dreams. They are your dreams, and you don't need a cosigner to chase them. And I look at that, and it's a powerful idea. When you look at that and you think of that, is too many individuals want somebody else to say, yes, go do it. Go do it. Start swinging the bat and make your dreams come true. Don't let somebody else tell you it's not a good idea. You won't accomplish anything. You won't do what you need to, because everybody's got opinions. And so you've got to understand the lens that somebody is looking at life, that they see certain things, and you're looking at life in another lens that doesn't match up with how they see things. And so that person's looking at life through their lens that doesn't match you. And so they're going to tell you, hey, you shouldn't do it because of what they see. And so that's one thing that we have to be mindful about. Everybody's got opinions. And so what are you going to do? Are you going to live by everybody else's opinions? Are you going to live for validation from everybody else and not go after your dreams because you're scared? Or people thrive, for whatever reason, people thrive on the validation of others. And that's a tough way to live when you really think about it, because if you're waiting to be validated by somebody else, you're not going to achieve your dreams, because somebody along the line is always going to say, this is stupid, what you're doing is not going to work. And so you are going to run into the issue of not living your true life because you're listening to what other people say and speak and whatnot. And so one thing that's pretty interesting with StreamYard, and if you do Facebook Lives, this allows you to record and go live on multiple platforms at one time. And that's the beauty of why I ended up taking up with StreamYard. But you can see different things here in regards up in the, let me make sure, nope, we're pointing the wrong way. So up here, that's the art for mine and Miriam Wilson's podcast, The Journey Beyond Divorce. And one thing that we speak on is we're close to 250 listens. I think today I looked and it's 248, so we're 2 away. And we had talked about in regards with the podcast that if you've listened to the podcast before, give us feedback and let us know, good, bad, and different. If you're going through a divorce or you're on this journey right now, let us hear what's going on. Share it with us. Maybe there's something that you're going through that you feel like nobody else, that you're the only one on your own island. And I think it's one of those things that we have to be mindful about, that it's happened before. Plenty of people have gone through it. And so you don't need to try to go by yourself. And so myself and Miriam with this endeavor is creating a space to try for individuals to come and feel safe and feel like they're heard and not have the judgment piece. And so one thing to discuss is next Wednesday, Miriam and I will actually be presenting at 1 Million Cups. It's downtown. It starts at 9 and it goes until 10. And it's in the 3E's Comedy Club, which is a new comedy club downtown. So if you're in the Springs area, come out, support. Would love to just share and get more into why we are doing what we're doing. And then I'm blanking here. Whatever. And so it's just one of those things that with the podcast, if you've listened to or you know somebody that's going through this, share it with them, because what we've done, what we're dealing with, everything of that nature, somebody may need to hear this message. And then the other thing that we run into, like I said, is too many people feel like they're going about this by themselves. And so we want to help people to know that, hey, you're not alone. We are doing things to help each other out, create that tribe. And then also on the bottom, you see it scrolling here, the other podcast that I have, The Umbrella Approach. First episode was published on Monday. So right now it's on 4 platforms: Anchor, Spotify, Pocket Cast, and Radio Public. And with the Journey Beyond Divorce, if you're looking for that, we're on, I would pretty much say anywhere you find a podcast, because in our analytics, it will show Apple Podcasts, but I don't even have an RSS feed in our analytics. So we're wherever you can find podcasts for the most part. And then the other thing that we have here is the hashtag 2NS. So that was something that yesterday myself and Patrick Murakami had done a pretty long live. And this is just with building the business that we have and just big things of what we want to accomplish. Not what, but what we will accomplish. And the big power that we know of what we can do. And I look at it, the thing that's taken place is this huge collaboration net within Colorado Springs. We have individuals that it's just the collaboration piece, working together and making a huge impact. And so it comes to the point now where it's not the scarcity mindset, it's the abundance mindset, knowing that there is plenty to go around. When it comes to individuals that I interact with, I tell individuals, regardless of what's going on, that I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I'm not going to resonate with everybody. And so that's the thing that we have to understand, that you have individuals that I may not be able to reach. You have individuals that that somebody else may not be able to reach. And so this is the beautiful capability of what social media provides, is by doing these Facebook Lives, by doing these different lives, you can share with individuals, you can share with your group. And I tell people, you can share this, or you can take what I talk about, put it in your own words, and share it to your circle of friends, your closest people that you love and want to see succeed. And you want to see them achieve big things out of life. And so if you want to steal what I talk about, go ahead, put it in your own words. I don't care, because somebody needs to hear this message regardless of what it is. And so it's just the power of the collaboration, coming together, working together, and just making big things happen and whatnot. And so I was going through, and I had to laugh that the book that I read, I talk about this, and this is one that I highly suggest people getting, and it's The Buddha and the Badass. Great information, great book to read. The biggest thing that we have to understand, that this whole saying of knowledge is power, that's false. Knowledge is only going to do so much for you. With the knowledge that you get, you've got to take it and put it into action. And that's what's going to cause and create power. But when you're reading, for me, especially when I'm reading and I've done the work and I'm working on my mind, expanding it, there's things that will pop up that really stick. And I'm like, man, yep, I see it. And then it really resonates with the growth piece and whatnot. And so in here, Vasheen was talking growth by learning versus transformation. And so he had talked in regards that with the school system, it's learning, it's regurgitation. It doesn't stick, because if it doesn't mean anything to you, it's not going to stick. And so the transformation piece, I have to laugh in here, because the transformation piece is what's going to make things stick. It's really going to resonate with you. And he was talking about two things that cause transformation. And I have to laugh because the first one, the cause number one, is the disorienting dilemma. This means growth through some painful lessons or life circumstances. And then at the last part, he was talking about you love someone and they cruelly break your heart. It's awful painful. And so what happens is you grow by understanding what qualities to look for in a future partner. And it's one of those things that you have a painful life lesson that has occurred, and it causes that transformation piece to take place. And so for myself with my divorce, and I've spoken on it many, many times on the podcast, I'm grateful for the divorce that it took place. It's one of those things that people, if they haven't done the work, they're like, that's crazy that somebody would even say that. But ultimately, because of what took place, everything that's going on, where I'm at in life now is not where I would be if it didn't take place. And so I'm grateful for it, because this has forced me to level up, and it's caused me to surround myself with individuals that I end up, Patrick and I had talked about it, because it's not being the dumbest person in the room. It's being the low man on the totem pole, and surrounding yourself with people that are doing big things that you strive to emulate what they put in to get to where they're at. You don't want to become that person, because they are them, you are you, and you've got to be true to yourself. So it's just some things to consider, some things to think about. But in regards, like I said, if you listen to the podcast, The Journey Beyond Divorce, love to hear your feedback. You can reach us at TJ, so T as in Tango, J as in Journey, B as in Bravo, D as in Delta, 0711 at gmail.com. That's also in our show descriptions too. So utilize that, reach out to us, let us know what's going on. Would love to help you out, see what we can do. But would love to hear the feedback. Good, bad, indifferent, doesn't matter. I think a lot of people, when it comes to feedback, they don't want to hear the bad feedback, but you know what? There can be something in there that, even if it's bad feedback, there can be something to learn from, to grow from, to really expand what you can do, as long as you're open to receiving that information. But everybody talks about wanting feedback, but then they'll get the feedback that doesn't resonate to them, and they'll get mad. And so it's one of those tough things. But I look at it, good is good, bad is also good, because there's things in there that can stick out, we can learn from, grow from, and whatnot, and get better. So other than that, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you for your time. I love you. Peace.